Yes, welcome. I'm back again. It's been an eventful week for football in Nigeria. What a story. Yes, the Democratic Republic of Congo stopped Nigeria from dreaming of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Woo. Still tough. When I speak to Nigerian football fans, they struggle to explain what happened with that one. And that's football for you. When you think you know football, you get stunned. But yeah, the show must go on. Life continues. What's next for the Super Eagles? It's the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And the big question is, can the Super Eagles bust that tournament? They made it to the final at the last time, but with everything I've seen, with the mental capacity of the team, can they make it to the final this time around? Can they win it? Are they under pressure to deliver? Do they want to say sorry to Nigerians for not, advancing to the interconfederation stage of the World Cup playoffs? I don't know how to explain it, but I know right there sits a huge problem with football administration and management in Nigeria. And that's why I've been calling out the leadership of the NSC and the leadership of the Nigeria Football Federation to say, what's up? You didn't qualify for the World Cup and nobody is talking to the fans. This is a sport that unites the country, that brings people together, and nobody's saying anything. You think we just want to move on just like that so that the same things will keep happening? No, somebody needs to talk to us. Someone needs to sit down and answer the difficult questions, the hard questions. Don't go and do a recording for us where you plan everything you say. Come and tell us if you can really administer football in Nigeria. So that's the story. It's heartbreaking. But just in case you missed it, let me run it back again. Let me show you how the Democratic Republic of Congo stopped Nigeria.
Eric, coming towards the end of the game, I could see that you were a bit frustrated with maybe some of the DR Congo staff members. Could you give us an update on what happened there?
During all the penalty decision, the guy of Congo did some voodoo every time. So this is why I was a little nervous after him.
Yeah. What did you see?
Yeah, something like that. With the I don't know if it's a water or something like that. So.
Why didn't William Trusecon play penalty today? I'll get on the pitch. Any reason for that?
About the captain.
Yeah, the captain. Yeah, because he's your best penalty taker and he takes all the penalties.
Yeah, but a lot of we did a penalty session yesterday, so yeah, it was a choice. It was a choice, but we can come back. We can come back maybe 1 hour later, and maybe this is not the same. So no, it was a choice, and because I did feel that we are in danger during the 10 last minutes. So this is why we put another defender. So maybe the best choice was. It's easy now to say, yeah, maybe the best choice was the captain. So it was a choice. So in reality, we lose. We lost the half, and I have to be focused on the next competition.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, we're devastated as a team. I'm really proud of the boys. You know, these are moments where there's so much emotion. The boys gave it everything. It's not just this game, the games before, the last 10 months. And yeah, we went out fighting. It wasn't good enough today, but I think there's so much positive still to take from here. You know, there's an Afcon around the corner in 1 month's time. And yeah, I've seen so many players stand up, become leaders, the experience that they gained throughout this qualification. And yeah, I think the future of this team is bright. You know, we have so many young players also here, and they still have time to be at the next World Cup. But today is a really tough day, and all of us are really feeling it. You know, we want to be at the World Cup, and it didn't work out that way. But I think, like I said, we're really proud of the team.
Did you get practice penalties during training last time?
I think most of you guys were there yesterday trainings.
No, it was closed doors after 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's something that we practice, and it happens that way sometimes. You know, we had the penalty shootout semi-final in the Afcon against South Africa, and yeah, we came up and we did it. I think today, also credit to Stanley, was amazing, made great saves. But you know, it takes big character, big personalities to stand up and take that moment for your country. And I think that's an experience that's going to make these players better. And if they face that moment again in the future, they'll be more ready. But that's also penalties for them. No, I don't think I wasn't frustrated. You know, I just wanted to win this game anyhow. And yeah, like I said, my role is to support the team as much as possible on the pitch, off the pitch. And I think, as you would have seen, there's a lot of togetherness. Of course, if I would have been on the pitch, I would have taken one. But it was also the time for the other boys to get that experience. It's going to serve them well in their careers and also for the future of Nigerian football. And yeah, I think those boys stepped up. And it happens. You know, they will learn so much from this moment. And I'm sure the next time the moment comes, they'll be better prepared. And hopefully that'll be a chance to make the difference.
And finally, how is Victor Osimhen and what's the nature of his injury?
Thank you. You've got to ask Victor. You've got to ask Victor, yeah. But, you know, Victor was amazing. He gave everything. You know, the boys put their bodies on the line. And, yeah, I think he did very well, but also the other boys that played today.
His penalty shootout comes up with another stop. Who scored the semi-final winner against Cameroon. The man who almost scored a winner in this final steps up and scores! And the Democratic Republic of Congo have made it into the Interconfederation playoffs. They take this 4-3 in the penalty shootout. And a team that has never made it to the World Cup under their current name are a step closer.
Whoa, what a moment for the Democratic Republic of Congo. I was feeling it, you know, like it was Nigeria that got the victory. But hey, it is what it is. I think DR Congo deserves, you know, to advance, and they did, you know. So I'm just hoping there are lessons in there for Nigeria, for the NFF, for the NSC. Second time back-to-back misses at the World Cup for the Super Eagles, you know, not good for the country's football, but we'll see what lessons that they can get out of this one. It's tough to accept, but hey, it is what you sow, you reap. So that's the conversation. Welcome. I needed to, you know, rewind. It's difficult to do that, but I had to do it just to put some perspective into the conversation. Welcome wherever you are in the world, watching me, hearing my voice. This is the Fun Factory. Welcome. My name is Austin OKON-AKPAN, but right here on these social media platforms, They call me proudly Austin, and I love it. If you're watching me on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching me on TikTok, welcome. If you're watching me on Facebook, welcome. That's how we're rocking and rolling tonight. I just want to take a look at everything, football in Nigeria from the perspective of development. So on TikTok, I've called this the Super Eagles, Afcon 2025, and MPFL, because not much space to describe it. On YouTube, it is Super Eagles, Afcon 2025, League Football, and so much more, because I've got loads of fans who want to join the conversation tonight, particularly fans of the Nigeria Premier Football League, because that's the structure. That's the system. That's where everything happens. That's the foundation. And it has to be rock solid. If it isn't, then we'll be getting this sort of results that we're getting now with the Super Eagles. So welcome. Tell me where you're watching me from as you get into the conversation. Tell me where you're watching me from. I want to know. I know I've got my peeps in Canada getting ready to join. You guys show me so much love from the United States of America, Australia, my guys in Melbourne, in Sydney. Thank you so much for, rocking and rolling. Guys, we're going strong. 12,200 followers and counting. So when you get into the YouTube channel, please subscribe. Just subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, but for you to keep seeing me, you need to subscribe. Turn on notifications, and of course, like the video. This particular video, like it. Let's push it out there. Share it if you want to. Tell somebody, come. We're taking a look at football in Nigeria after the Super Eagles failed to qualify. Austin is saying, what's next for the Super Eagles? Can they go on to win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? Someone on Facebook is telling me, no way. It's not going to happen. Not these guys. They do not have what it takes to win Afcon 2025. Whew, Nigerian football fans already giving up on their team. This is the same team that made it to the finals the last time. What's changing this time around? They're still hurting. Nigerian football fans are bruised, I understand. The incompetent Nigeria Football Federation, the leadership, what are they doing? What are they saying? They've been quiet. And just in case they do not know how important it is for football in Nigeria to be thriving, because it keeps the country together, it promotes unity. Let me take you to the Democratic Republic of Congo. See what beating Nigeria, they've not qualified for the World Cup yet, but just beating Nigeria to get to the Inter-Confederation stage. See what it has done to the people of DR Congo. Watch. Yeah. Feel the passion. That's the power of football. That's what it can do to the people. That's what it can do to a country. They have not qualified yet, but just advancing to the intercontinental stage. You can see DR Congo is already a better country. NFF, see what we are playing with. Just see how we are shattering the dreams of Nigerians who would have loved to see their darling Super Eagles play at the World Cup. Nigerians in the United States of America, Canada, imagine the numbers that would have supported the Super Eagles. Hopes dashed, dreams shattered. And this happened, and the people right there at the NFF, they're just quiet. Like they don't owe anyone any explanation. They are not accountable. They are not saying anything. It is the same leadership that will prepare us for the Afcon, possibly prepare us for the next World Cup in 2030. Are we joking? So, Ibrahim Gusso, president of the Nigeria Football Federation, I called you out on Channels Television. I'm calling you out again. Do not do a recording. Sit down, organize a world press conference live. So you can be asked the difficult questions that you answer. Explain to Nigerians why we are not at the World Cup. That's the least that can happen now. And tell us your vision. Tell us your plans. If you're not going to the next World Cup, what are the lessons in it for the country that will make football administration and management better for Nigeria? We need to know. It's very important. Because until you solve a problem, it will forever remain a problem. Yeah. It's tough, but it is what it is. Shout out to everyone joining. I see my people coming in now. I'll run through some comments quickly just to let you know that I do this show with you guys. If you want to be part of it, it's as simple as clicking on the link when I drop the invite. Just click on the link, and then you can be part of it. I'm expecting Coach Anthony from the Switzerland to come talk about the Super Eagles team. I know I came late, Coach, just in case you've been waiting for me. Coach, I'm just going to drop the link now. If you're watching, just click on the link and you'll be part of this. I was supposed to call Tijani Babangida and see if he can also join the show tonight, because this is so random. I don't schedule the live stream, you know. When you see me, you see me. When I pop up, and then we rock and roll. And that's just because I don't want to schedule the live stream and then get the same type of viewers all the time. This is social media, you know. Where something big is happening and the spirit tells me, Austin, jump on it. Then I'll just, you know, get into it. Today, for instance, like in the afternoon, I want to talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League, and I jumped into the conversation. Just talk about anything at any time for the love of the game. But I've dropped the link, Coach. If you're watching, just click on the link. It will bring you right into the room. I'll see you, and then we'll have that conversation. I know you're a big fan of Coach Eric Shell, and you believe in everything that he's doing. I just want to know if you think he can lead the Super Eagles to win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about next. That's what's up. 30 days till Afcon 2025. And I'm asking the big question. It will pop up now. I want you to tell me, can the Super Eagles win Afcon 2025? That's the call to action, guys. Let's talk about that. Can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Afcon? I'm already seeing some comments where I say, no way, not this team. They cannot do it. This team, they are finished. This team, that. Look, this is football where anything can happen. I understand that persons are hurt. I understand that some people don't believe in this team anymore. I didn't believe in Pizarro's team. They got to the final. They were so close, so close, this close to winning the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. So I'm not giving up. I also wrote the team off from match day 7. I would have just stayed with that, and then they renewed my hope. And then they destroyed it again when I didn't expect them to, you know. So it's football where anything can happen. 30 days till AFCON 2025. Are you rooting for the Super Eagles? Do you think they can win it? So one conversation my people were saying to me, Austin, you didn't talk about it. What's really going on? And all of that, you know, was what Coach Shell said. I'm sure you listened to him. I didn't want to go through the entire match highlights and then get into the penalties. It was heart-wrenching. I don't want to do that to you guys. So I just picked Semi Ajayi and Chancellor Mbemba's winning goal. What a legend. What a player. You know, single-handedly carrying, you know, that's DR Congo team. You know, captain fantastic. You know, good leadership right there. So I just wanted us to sit down, and we got into the reactions. We listened to Coach Eric Shell and the captain of the Super Eagles, William Troost Ekong. You know, I thought it was a fantastic conversation from both of them. But for what Eric Shell talked about, let's listen to him again.
that you were a bit frustrated with maybe some of the DR Congo staff members. Could you give us an update on what happened there?
During all the penalty decision, a guy of Congo did some voodoo. Every time. So this is why I was a little nervous after him.
Yeah. What did you see?
Yeah, something like that. You know, with the I don't know if it's a water or something like that. You know, so.
Quel est votre message
Yeah, so that's what you guys said I didn't talk about. Let's just bring that in. You know, success is sweet. Victory is so sweet. But you see failure, oh my goodness, it's failure is an attack. It first attacks your head and then it gets into your mind. So Eric Shell could not even understand what happened to him. He was just so sure that with that victory over Gabon, that his team will have an easy ride over DR Congo. And it wasn't happening. So that talk, the voodoo talk, was senseless. It was embarrassing, you know. And that's why it trended all over the world, because particularly Western media, they're like, what was he talking about? Was it the same DR Congo voodoo that helped Stanley Wabali to stop 2 penalties? Eric Shell. So yeah, he was just suffering the attack of failure. It's a very bad attack. It just hits you, boom, and you'll be confused. You won't know what's going on with you. So I think that's what happened with Eric Shell, guys. That's why I didn't talk about it when it happened, you know. But you guys have been saying, particularly the comments after the video dropped, oh, what do I think? You want me to start telling you that DR Congo used voodoo to beat you? Did you watch the match? DR Congo bust that game from when they scored the goal till the 130 minutes of extra time was played. It was DR Congo from start to finish. They truly deserve to win that match and advance to the Interconfederation stage. So I'm sorry, I don't stand with Eric Shell with this one. He was just going through so much. He didn't know what he was talking about, and I don't blame him. You know, it's just failure is difficult to accept. You know, just start saying things that you didn't see. You know, so yeah, that's my take on that. As simple as that. There's nothing to add. Shout out to everyone joining the live. I see you guys on TikTok. I see you guys on Facebook, and I see those of you rocking with me right here on YouTube. I just want to talk about the Super Eagles, Afcon 2025, league football in Nigeria, because that's the system, that's the structure, that's where everything happens. Everything happening with football in Nigeria at the moment. Go look at the league. You would understand. Because you guys just don't get it. Our football is coming from somewhere. In 1980, when we won the first Afcon, how many persons were playing in Arsenal, Man U, Besiktas, Galatasaray, FC Porto, Fulham? How many players? The league was solid. Football in Nigeria back in the day was a shining star. And that was why loads of home talents that were so good. Some persons destroyed that foundation. They killed that system. They wanted a quick fix. They wanted an easy way out. And now we're suffering it. That's why I added league football into this conversation, because after we talk this, we talk that, we do this, we do this. Remember the road that will lead you home. Let's get back home and fix the league. So stop playing Nigeria. DR Congo, they have Tipi Mazembe. Go and check out Tipi Mazembe. Go have a look. No, hurry up. Go see what they've done with football. Think this thing is you just go and say you use names. Oh, I have Wilfred. I have Alex. It will be. You have a system. Are you solid? Talent cannot do it alone. Go and tell me one football club in Nigeria that is bigger and better than Tipi Mazembe. I'm waiting. Tell me in the comment section. One team in Nigeria that is as big as Tipi Mazembe. Stanley, I see you. I think you can come on, Stanley. Just click on the link. Let me send you the link again. You can click on the link and then you come on. Let's have that conversation. Tonight, I don't want to talk much. I want you guys to have the conversation with me. So as you're coming into the live stream and you want to be part of it, just click the link. I've dropped the link again. Stanley, I was waiting for you. You can come on. We can start a conversation, and then when other persons join, we'll just make it as elaborate as possible. So I was talking about league football, but let me not really get into that. Let me start with you guys. What are you guys talking about? So let's keep that conversation going. Edward 6549. What's your name? Where are you watching me from? I said, hello. How are you? He says, hi. Hope you're doing great. And then this is me saying welcome to everyone, wherever you are in the world watching me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is my YouTube channel. This is the live stream. I seem to do every now and then, football in Nigeria, sports in Nigeria, entertainment, because I know you guys love your entertainment, but most times I struggle with copyright when I post entertainment videos, so that's why I don't really jump on them. You guys hear the videos, music, they come from me, and I have to take it off. They hear Burna Boy, they come from me, I have to take it off. But the ones that are not problematic, definitely I'll post on my channel, and so much more. I've also gotten calls. Austin, the killings happening in Nigeria, the things going on, why are you not talking about it? Is it not affecting sports and all of that? And I've explained that politics is tricky. Yes, I'll find a time to talk about it in a diplomatic way that promotes development, in a civil way, because I know people come up with different political ideologies. H-Town, welcome. I see you, but you're dark. You need to put on the lights. I need to see your face. This is social media. Let me be sure I'm talking to a human being. I don't talk to AI. Put on the light. I see you trying to put on the light, H-Town. Put on the light properly. Let it be on your face. Stanley, you just entered the studio. Thank you. I see you, Stanley. You look good, ready to rock and roll. I like it. I want more persons. Let's talk about the Super Eagles, Afcon 2025, league football in Nigeria, and so much more. What are you thinking about right after the Super Eagles failed to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Are you heartbroken? Are you bruised? Are you saying it's done? We don't want the Nigeria Football Federation anymore? Are you just like me saying Ibrahim Gusau and his leadership team must give Nigeria some answers? They must talk to us. Let us know why the Super Eagles cannot beat DR Congo and advance to the Interconfederation stage of the World Cup. That's all. I just want people to talk. Be accountable. Are you also feeling that? I'll soon come to my guys in the studio. They are waiting for me. I always ask this question. Where are you watching me from? I like knowing where my guys are. I love it when people join me from Australia, the United States of America, Canada. The other day I had people from Tanzania, DR Congo. They stormed my channel when they defeated Nigeria, and I loved it so much. We did it for the love of the game, So shout out to everyone joining. Tell me, where are you watching me from? On TikTok, where are you? I want to know. On Facebook, where are you? I want to know. And my guys on YouTube, I already see you guys telling me where you're watching me from. And if you're doing that, let's go. Let's get into it now. Joshua Ofuedu on Facebook, he said, win what? Because of the question I asked. He said, win what? Nigeria has completely lost hope on Super Eagles. Ouch. Joshua, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You're still hurting. I don't blame you. It's tough. I've been on this job, this business of sports reporting for about 20 years now, and it didn't touch me. This one touched me. I feel him. It didn't touch me. Yeah. Was a painful loss for the Super Eagles, okay? I feel you. Akanian, thanks so much for your comment on Facebook. I love when my guys from Facebook are busy. He said, but you know that they wouldn't win the Afcon with the very little technical, tactical abilities of our coaches, plus the quality, delivery of our players. In fact, we may struggle to qualify from our group on a very serious note. That group, Abba. Afcon, come on, Haba. We'll struggle to qualify from that group. We'll see. The team is very poor, disjointed, patternless, overrated. A bunch of very average players with no hunger, passion, and drive. Ouch, again, I felt that. But I don't blame you, Afcon. That's the reality, the harsh reality. And the truth hurts. Jibola, thank you so much. Says hi. Hello, Jibola. Where are you watching me from? Tell me. I'd like to know. Franco said, right here on YouTube. I've learned that Italy also didn't qualify. Thank God in caps, and all praises to the Most High. Why are you thanking God that Italy won't qualify? Are you Italian? Look, I said it that even if Italy miss out of the World Cup 5 in a row, football in the country is still shining. They're amongst the top 3 leagues in the world. You know the economics that brings to them, so they're not bothered. You know, it is Nigeria that I worry for, because this, you know, businesses that have been lost, contracts, dreams, people in diaspora that would have gotten 1 or 2 things from this World Cup destroyed, shattered. The league is in shambles. You can't compare us to Italy. No, the Italians, they are doing just fine. I tell you, they're doing just fine. H-Town, please come back. Still come back, yeah. So let's get into the conversation. Let me welcome Stanley. Stanley, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Good to have you around. Just hold on. Let me bring in H-Town.
Okay.
H-Town, good to see you also. Welcome. Hey, bro. H-Town, your network can't do this to me now. No way. Say something. Before I say it's AI.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I was about to say it's a robot. You said something. H-Town, what's the name? I don't want to call you H-Town. What's your name? Henry.
Hey, Henry Gege.
Okay, Henry, nice. Where are you streaming from?
From the United States, Chicago.
Why US in the network content to like say they Lassa Maja?
I tell you. I tell you.
Since you're driving, I'll let you make your point so that you can run off. So I can understand it. Go on.
All right. We can still win the competition. I think what the media needs to do, most especially the sports writers, what we need to do, we need to help the team by discovering a creative midfielder. 90% of what is wrong with Osimhen is because he comes back to fight for the ball most of the time. There is nobody feeding him with that pass. And then the same thing goes with other strikers that we have, like Aqua Adams. Aqua Adams is trying to adapt, but he still has a lot of work to do. Aloko Dyer is out of it. It's just a one-way traffic. And I still think Boniface should be called back.
Boniface?
I think he's still relevant.
Tell me why. What can he do to this team to make it different?
You see, I think with what I have seen in his new club now, he seems to be more serious and focused. You know, he was carried away when he was in Leverkusen. He was carried away. So that was where he had time for social media. He keeps sending funny things. Now you are seeing the reality. That with or without you, Super Eagles moves on. So right now, I believe by the time he comes back, he will sit up. That's my belief, you know. So we need to look for a creative midfielder. I don't believe that there is no other JJ. There must be a JJ in Nigeria here. The person doesn't have to be in one big club anywhere. It could be in India, but there is another JJ. That is my point. So we need to look for somebody who can also throw the pass, you know. And if we can get that, then I think we are good to go.
We'll see. Just like it looks tough, but I like the fact that you're staying hopeful and you still believe that this team can win the Afcon. But the Afcon is no joke. Afcon on Facebook said that the team is scattered, disjointed, that they give it a lot of bars goes. So it's good to see Nigerian who is saying that, look, there's still light at the end of this tunnel.
There's hope. There's hope. There's serious hope. If the likes of OKON can go and sit down, Ndidi can actually step down a little bit, let Osimhen captain the team. Because there's something I see in Osimhen. Osimhen is a carrier, a leader. You know, he has this motivating power in him. You see, even against Congo, after they lost the penalty, he was the only one going to go and beat everybody. And like, hey, forget it. There's another time to fight. There's hope, you know. So I still believe Osimhen at 36 will play the World Cup. Mark my words. Yes, mark my word.
Okay.
If injury does not mess him up.
Yeah. Okay, I must say thank you so much, Henry. Let me let you drive. When you park and we're still here, I would want you to come back. Okay. So
all right. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, love. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop your comments. I'll be engaging right there in the comment section. All right, so that's it. That's Henry's chatted with us from the United States of America. I'll just let Henry concentrate on his driving and bringing Stanley. Stanley, I saw you smiling. When you say, well, what is Henry talking about? I know you could just say it. You, by the way, told me that nothing will happen with this Super Eagles team. Take your time.
You know, bro, I told you.
Go on, I can hear you.
Okay, I told you from the onset that this team will not make it to the World Cup. When you look at the preparation, when you look at the kind of players we have, apart from Osimhen, that has that true 94 spirit of, I want to die for my country, the rest of the players are like party people. You understand? He has that passion, the energy he brings. Even when he's injured, he's trying to play. That's the spirit of the Eagles of the old. Well, look at the likes of Ndidi. OKON is old. He can't do much again. The pairs have dropped. And unfortunately, we lost our line, when we needed him most. He's a reliable right back. We lost him when we needed him most. The rest, okay, thank God for the new kid on the block, Pedro.
God took Aino to rest and then gave us Benjamin Fredericks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So now, when you look at the team, I told people that around me that we can make it. NFF on their own part didn't help the cause of the team. How can a team going on a playoff, as serious as that stage, you're having a boycott of training, issue of match bonuses to come in? No serious nation goes to that kind of fight and be talking about this whole thing. This whole arrangement should have started out before going to that tournament, that last stage. Because we need all the concentration we need to make it to the intercontinental play. And you see the draws. You see the teams that qualify. It's the team Nigeria can just roll over on a very good day. But fortunately, we're not going to be there for the second time. And my problem is that most of these our players would have been graduated by 2030. Take, for instance, the likes of Ndidi, even Osimhen will not be at his peak at 30. You know what he's struggling with injury now. At 30, it won't be that Osimhen of this year in next 4 years. So it pains me that we miss the glory opportunity. In fact, FIFA even played our way into all this. So to check out the qualifiers, how we lost. Imagine Burkina Faso that had more points than Nigeria. But FIFA has to make it the way that we want Nigeria to come. Unfortunately, our administrators and our players didn't put their own best too. Honestly, aside Osimhen and the likes of Fredericks, I didn't see anything new. For Stanley, my namesake, when he was at Enyimba, this is his normal way of playing football. Killing game when it's necessary, when it's not necessary. You understand? That's him for you. And some of the overconfidence thing he does nearly cost us some matches. Some of those things he does nearly cost us some matches. At times I used to say, what this guy does? This guy doesn't know this is the national team or international football. Why is he playing with as if we're playing the MPFL where we used to be in MPFL? So it's not fair to some Nigerian supporters, fans. Some people went heartbroken. I told them, please, if you're supporting Man U and Nigeria at the same time, you could have a heartbreak. You understand? Yes, but that's reality. Because when your club side is not doing well, you look up to Super Eagles to comfort yourself. And Super Eagles will give you a heartbreak, like the one I suffered that week. Enyimba lost in Aba. Super Eagles lost the World Cup ticket. Pity me. Imagine my life that day. So it's not something a fan want to see. I will tell my wife, say, are you going to kill yourself? Imagine you having Enyimba and the Super Eagles in 1 week, lose it. You understand? So they are not helping us. They are not helping us, honestly. This is the only thing that unites Nigeria. Football is the only factor that unites us. Whether Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, one Nigerian when it comes to football. But these boys, they are not hungry enough. Like I listened to Sondo Liste in one of the podcasts. He said, there's no hunger. And true, there's no hunger in these Eagles. There's no hunger. Elegbete said the same thing. Those days, even you sick as Olisa was sick in the Nations Cup in Lagos. He came out from the bench. Coach, I want to play. That is that Nigerian spirit that this team don't have. It's only those teams that have that spirit. The rest are just, let me just play. No.
I hope you guys know that football has gone scientific and mental health is something now. So it's be difficult for you guys to just, from you guys, let me accept that this team does not have fighting spirit. They do, but the times have changed, Stanley. And look, you can also not give what you don't have. In 94.
But all of them are professional. They're all professional.
Yes,
they're all professional players.
Stanley, you had Coach Clemens Vesterhoff in 94 that had been with the team for about 2-3 years before winning the Afcon in 94 and had the support of the military government. At the time, Coach Vesterhoff would pick his phone and call the president if he had problems. And it was solved. We don't have the same now. So the times aren't the same. But you cannot tell me we do not have top professionals. We don't have quality.
I did ask, what is the sports policy? What is the sports policy of this government?
Now you're talking.
Yeah. So what is the sports policy of this government? You know, when our administrators, our rulers, our leaders stop seeing sports as a recreation, then we are into business. They see us like recreation. You understand? They pay lip service to sports. Sports is business here. Me and you are here, bro. Sports is big business here.
Massive business. They control the economics. See, during COVID, then when they asked the Congress, what industry should we open first? They said Premier League.
Premier League. Yeah.
How much money we are missing and losing. close everywhere. Open that Premier League quickly. We're joking. Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know, we keep thinking sports is play. You know, someone told me something one time. I was like, why are we really struggling with sports in Nigeria? At the time, it was Ministry of Youth and Sports, Stanley. And the man said that in Pidgin, it is Ministry of Pikin when they play.
check this now. For instance, they want to appoint a sports minister. They want to appoint a sports minister. They will go and look for one politician that supported the president. Maybe, I come and head this sports minister.
Not even someone who is technical. Someone who did, and they just say, come and take. Let's thank you for supporting, for playing party politics. And no disrespect. Check where our sports is coming from in the last 10, 12 years. The ministers cannot, we had Bola Abdullahi. I saw a bit of an impact. Then it went to Danagogo, short term, I think. After Danagogo, they broke up. They gave us Dalong.
From Dalong, after Dalong.
Sunday Diary.
And each time they will come, they will tell you they are not minister of football. They will say, none of them will say the same language. I'm not a minister of football.
And then after that, they gave us John Owaneno. From hello, how are you? I knew he knew nothing about school. You know, and that's the problem. These guys think that, it's not just football that we kick. How can they think that this is
they don't know that science. There are science in sports now. There are science. I want to ask, bro, you are close to the Super Eagles management. Do we have a psychologist in that team? The Nigerian football have psychologists, this present Eagles. They have psychologists in that team. I don't think so.
So the match reader. There's a match reader, there's a match analyst. So that can also pass.
Aside match reader, aside match reader, there also is a psychologist supposed to strike these players. Especially when they go to that penalty shootout. Someone's supposed to strike them. You see, these things are not rocket science.
They They have.
Okay, they have. The person is not working. The
No,
person
because
is not working.
anytime they show you people now, any small thing, now people go and be asking the guy if he has brain. That someone that does not have brain, how can he go and correct the brain of players? So they are protecting some of the backroom staff because you Nigerians, you don't have joy. Look at what Akan here wrote on Facebook. See comments. You guys, when you guys are angry like this, nobody stops Nigeria.
Allow us pour out our anger. Then, if we pour out our anger, we'll forgive them. We move forward. You cannot beat a child, ask the child not to cry. That is the issue here. So allow us pour out our anger for them to know that we are not happy.
Only when they beat us back in the day, they will say, if you are yelping, he'll beat you, so you cannot cry. But I understand what you're saying, and it's so heartbreaking. I'm sure you saw the video.
Just to add, just this evening, TP Mazembe women won the Champions League. They just won Champions League today. The TP Mazembe, the ladies team, won the Champions League. That's to tell you their business. The football is business there. And they just won the Champions League today, this evening.
TP Mazembe has a brand jet.
Tell me one Nigerian club that have a female team.
So you see, we use only what we know about us as Nigerians, and we just play without reading, and we just dance anyhow and come and shout we are giants of Africa. I always used to tell them, go and look at what other African countries are doing. When you look at what they are doing, then you know that you have not started nothing. You are still playing, but because we only just look at ourselves and think that, because we are Nigerians, we have the people, we have players. But as far as the DR Congo is concerned, they're a bigger country with football than we are because they have a better league than we do.
Of course. At least their club is one of the best in Africa.
Yeah. Stanley, I know you're a big fan of Enyimba. Before I let you go, let's talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League while I wait for other persons to join. Because even when you were doing the analysis, you know already they bring in Nigeria Premier Football League. When Stanley Wabali was at Enyimba, this is what he did to us. When they did that Nigeria lost, Enyimba also lost. Enyimba, your darling Enyimba, the people's elephant. They are beginning to look like the people's mosquito now.
The elephant is weak. The elephant is very weak now. You see, the problem with Enyimba is managerial something, like I always say. When the former chairman was there, he knows his antecedent. He knows what he did for the club. From the year he took over till the time he left the club, Enyimba was on top of African football. But when I look at the league table, just a few minutes ago on the TV, I found that Enyimba was on the 11th position. How can you tell the world that a team that's conquered Africa back to back? I think we and this TP Mazembe have that record. I think, if I'm not mistaken, team that won the Champions League back to back is on the 11th position in Nigerian league, losing 2 straight home matches and drawing in week 13. This is not the Enyimba we used to know. The management asking the coach to step aside. The management should also step aside too. Yes, they are not getting it right. The little success you saw in that year they lost to Rangers on the final day was the remnant of Anyansi Awo's input. After that season, has Enyimba finished on the podium now? And this year, we are not looking at we're going to finish on the top 10. The way it's going now. If we can lose 2 home matches in week 13, forget the draws we have at home, how do you think Enyimba will finish up? So I think Kanu as an accomplished footballer, fine. I give it to him. But as a club manager, administrator, I don't think he has the prowess to lead Enyimba to anywhere. This is my take because I am a full Aba boy, born and brought up in Aba, played in the feeder team of that club, support that club till tomorrow, and I'm Enyimba for life. And nothing can change it. Nobody can tell me that this man, Papilo, will lead Enyimba to anywhere. He have Ifeanyi Media too as a sporting director. What is his achievement in Epescrane when he was there? Enyimba these days unveil players. They don't even unveil players. They bring players who don't know their names. I've been following Nigeria League for the past 20 years of my life. I can mention players in Nigeria, but in Enyimba of this current Enyimba, I cannot mention 3 good players in Enyimba. When they sign players, they don't unveil players for we to see. Before you know, they say this one is playing for Enyimba. And that's the reason why they are performing below. They have a bunch of average players, apart from Atule and Carlo and one other player that is there. Every other person in that Enyimba team is unknown player. And they cannot move anywhere with this kind of setting, my brother. It pains my heart each time I discuss with Enyimba fans home and abroad. They will tell me they are not happy. You understand? It's one appointment the governor got wrong. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he really didn't do the appointment well. If you wanted a Kanu to be a chairman of Enyimba, you would have asked him to come and study how Anyasi was doing it. Maybe give him 2 years to study Anyasi. Then Anyasi can now leave. He will take over. He just bring him into a big shoe. The shoe Anyasi left in Enyimba is very big. For somebody who has no managerial ability to come and fix it, it's not possible. It's not like where you're NNL. This is Nigeria highest league level, Premier League. And you're bringing somebody, an outsider, to come and fill the void. It's not possible. Anybody will struggle. And if Kia doesn't take, we may go relegation. Look at Kano Pillars. They have done it before. They have gone on relegation before. It's a big club in Nigeria too. So who says anybody cannot relegate if we continue this way? If at week 13, we are losing 2 home matches in Aba, so what happens at the end of the season? The Enyimba you used to know in a single season, that was a season we played, we didn't drop any point in Aba. We didn't lose any match in Aba. That's the Enyimba we want to see. You understand? But the way things are going, my brother, I'm scared of Enyimba. It's my club. I have to speak about them. I'm scared of them. The first chant, look at the chant, the last chant that went to represent Nigeria. No Enyimba player was in that team. Okay, apart from Ane, goalkeeper, that left Enyimba. Unlike Enyimba, that if you call national team home base, at least we have like 5 players there. Just one.
I feel your pain, Stanley. I think they've lost 2 matches at home. They lost to Warri Wolves.
They lost Warri. They lost to this people, Wiki Tourist. And they draw Niger Tornadoes in Aba. They draw Niger Tornadoes and one other match.
So you deal with Super Eagles, you deal with Enyimba. Double trouble.
Trouble.
So Stanley, but look, it's just match difference. You know, and look at Enyimba level.
Just look at the table. Just look at the table now. Look at my Enyimba 13 matches, 70 points, 11.
4 wins, 5 draws, and just 4 losses.
Okay. In week 13, just mention week 13. Put week 13. Don't put week 13. Week 13. No. This is not nice. This is not Enyimba we used to know. Enyimba should have been in top 4 now. By now, anybody know will be in top 2. Not even in top 4, top 2.
But you know they can still win the league. See, for instance,
which league? Bro, which league?
But you know some teams that don't perform in the first stanza and then they come second stanza and they catch fire. Look at Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors finished in 3rd position. And last season they weren't all that.
Do you know that Abia Warriors have more quality players than Enyimba? Do you know that Abia Warriors have more quality players than Enyimba? Abia Warriors. Go and check their lineup. They have more quality and they have a very good bench.
And it's the same Abia state government. So what's going on?
The stepfather, the stepmother.
Stanley, let me. I know I needed to land with you and your darling Enyimba. You know, let me let you stay on, and we'll continue with the Super Eagles while I read more comments. I'm bringing more people. I'll just get you to respond to Tana Ejino, my very good friend, editor at the Punch newspaper. Tana, I see you watching on Facebook. Please come on YouTube. Tana, come on YouTube. Let's stretch this conversation. You know, with me and Tana, we put fire into sports conversation. So Tana, thanks for watching on Facebook. Just to tell you guys that I have devices all over me. I see everybody and where you are watching me from. So Tana, please jump on YouTube and let's get the conversation going. I sent you a message to your phone, but I'm sure you're busy watching and sympathizing with Stanley, so you're not reading. So get on YouTube, and Tana, let me bring you on. Let's have that conversation. Tana is my very good. He's more than a colleague. He's a big brother. We do big things together. let me read some of your comments again, and we'll just get started to react to it. Morocco is boiling for Afcon. Yeah, they're ready. And if you've been reading some of the things that I've been scrolling, I've been telling you the groups for the Afcon. This will be the 35th edition of the Biennial Africa Cup of Nations tournament, and it's organized by the Confederation of African Football, CAF. That's the body responsible for football administration in Africa. Tana, I'm still waiting for you. This will be the second edition that Morocco will be hosting. Stanley, can you believe it? The Afcon Morocco last hosted in 1988.
There's something Morocco is doing that maybe we should copy them. There's no shame in copying from other people. They took back, they went to reorganize their football, and the last 5 years, Morocco is their under 17 just lost this afternoon, 2-1 to Brazil in the quarterfinal of the under 17. They are the world champion in the under 20. Their female got to the Nations Cup final. That's to tell you there's something they are doing at this World Cup. I remember in the 90s, South Africa came to Nigeria to learn how to organize a professional league in Nigeria. Today, South African league is better than Nigerian league 10 times. You understand? There's no shame in we going to Morocco to copy their model. How did they get it right? They are everywhere. They are in the semi-final in the last World Cup, and this Afcon, they will win it. Morocco win this Afcon. Mark my win. I'll tell you like the months ahead of the deal. Morocco will win the Afcon. Save this video because he will play it again. Yeah, Morocco will win. It's serious. Yes, so Morocco will win. They have the personnel, they have the fun, they have everything working for them. This is their time. This is Morocco time. Seriously. This is Morocco time. When I told people that African Football of the Year, that this guy will win it, Hakimi, people said no. I said, check in the last 3 editions. He has been here, knocking on the door.
And he won the UEFA Champions League. Come on.
Yeah. I told people. So they are doing something that we in Nigeria. Forget the giant of Africa. We are supposed to copy them in what they are doing good. Let us copy them. FIFA will throw competition to Morocco. Stadium are there. If not for thank God for OKON-AKPAN that built that magnificent stadium in Uyo, where will Super Eagles be playing? Where will we be playing in Benin Republic? Where are we going to play our matches? That's to tell you, they got everything right, facility-wise, personnel-wise, everything. Morocco has it. And this is their time. Nobody can stop it. Let's God say it's not their time. But for me, as somebody that follows football, it's Morocco time to win the Nations Cup again. And they will do it. They will do it. And they're hosting. You know the power of host. The power of host. You know how crazy North African supporters can be. By the time they start using their glazers now, you know they're serious. They will win it. They will win Nations Cup. My country, Nigeria, will not go far. Nigeria will not win Nations Cup.
But that's what we don't like. They shouldn't be going against the rules of the game. Even when they were not the ones playing the playoffs, they still came to their lasers and
that is the North Africa for you. And that glazer is kind of a symbol for them. You know, in South Africa, we use the Vuvuzela. Some people complained during the World Cup in 2010 that Vuvuzela is too noisy and it's affecting them.
Vela is enough. See, Osimhen complained. They used it on our girls the other time. It's wrong. And CAF, they see these things. And you know that so our clubs also complain when they go for CAF and CAF Confederation Cup. There's
nothing FIFA can do about it. You cannot pinpoint. You cannot pinpoint one person, even if as the steward in the stadium or security in the stadium. How many persons are you going to watch at the same time?
Just make sure you search persons properly before they get into the pitch. Did you not see the penalty shootout? They were throwing bottles.
Bro, these people have their way. These people have their way. These people have their way of bringing those things. Don't be surprised. Some of the stewards will be their person to bring those things for them. It's like going into a nightclub. You search for a knife and all this thing. When you get into the club and there is a scuffle, you find out there's a staff. Where did it come from? Somebody insider took it in. So that has been their own mentality. But what I always tell people, when you go to North Africa, just be strong. You need to be strong. If you're not strong, you're not going to get any result.
You need to find a way to curb that because it's not good for the game. The beautiful game shouldn't be going through that. Anyway, wherever you are in the world watching me, welcome. I see new persons joining the room. Welcome. Tell me where you're watching me from. I'm Proudly Austin, and this is my YouTube channel. It's called Proudly Austin, the Fun Factory. Yeah, I do sports, entertainment, and so much more. And I'm just talking about everything that has happened with the Super Eagles and by extension, football in Africa, because I'm talking about Afcon 2025. Yeah, and I'm asking that big question. Can the Super Eagles win Afcon 2025? Stanley, can they?
No, they can't. You know, I'm telling it to you. Nigeria can't win Afcon. This is not about patriotism now. It's about stating the obvious.
They were so close to winning last time. How can you say they cannot win this time?
That was last time. That was last time.
Okay, we did it final.
Who was the coach last time? Who was the coach last time? Was he the coach now? No.
So wait. Are you saying Eric Shell hasn't done enough for you to say he can lead a team to the final of the Afcon?
I don't. No. See what don't get me wrong, man. What I mean is this: there are more countries that are more hungrier than Nigeria to win this Afcon. E.g., the host won this Afcon. That's why I say by personnel, by resources, by everything, they are more prepared they are more hungrier than Nigeria. You understand? Afcon is when? It's just next month.
Yeah.
And our big man, Osimhen, will be asked for 4 matches, according to the report from Turkey. He's our point man. Even if he's going to Afcon, he's going to Afcon not fit, like Osimhen you're used to know, like a roaring lion. Now, he's going to Afcon not fully fit. Do we have another number 9 after Osimhen? Tolu is the right Tolu is not that number 9. Akon is not that number 9.
They can put Akon. Akon can play top 9. Why can't he? Why can't he? No, you guys should stop this, because when they see, this was the same thing. We criticized Jose Pizarro and his team. And Jose Pizarro played negative football and was so close to winning the Afcon. Tournament football is different from this marathon that I've seen with the qualifiers. Tournament football, you win 6 matches, you're in the final. Do you know that? So you're telling me that Nigeria is Nigeria?
Bro, see, you're a Christian. You know there's an hour of grace.
So our hour of grace don't pass.
There's an hour of grace. There's a time when you pray. The grace will not be there. See, these Eagles I see, they are not hungry for success. I'm just telling you the obvious. How many of them can put their life on the line for Super Eagles? Aside Osimhen. How many? That is it. In a match against DR Congo, Ndidi was the missing person. Ndidi, people didn't even know Ndidi play that match. If I have my way, the people I'll drop in that team, you'll be shocked. I would drop a lot of big names.
Yeah, Ndidi was there now. Ndidi play Frank Onyeka played just at the Congo.
Yeah, we are asking what was his impact now in the game.
It was now because power for power, strength for strength. It was arguably Frederick Ndidi and Bassi that matched up with his.
For me, aside Victor Osimhen, Frederick, and Akon, these are the people that even give me the vibes. Apart from these 3 names, every other person is a usual suspect.
Wait. Against the Congo, Stanley Wabali, they have a good game.
Stanley on a very good day will give you performance now. My problem with Stanley is my namesake. My problem with him, those things, that overconfidence things he always do. I told you, right from MPFN, I've been doing that. If Stanley can stop it, Stanley will go far. You understand? If he can stop all those overconfidence things he used to do, you understand? There are some matches he could have collected red card or penalty for Nigeria. All the necessary things he normally does at that back. Okay, in a match that his captain went there, telling the guy, come, they wanted to fight everybody. Why? You are blaming Shemi Ajayi for that goal that day.
Hey, with DR Congo, Stanley had 8/10 easily. Stanley, you guys should stop this. Wabali saved us. Wabali kept us in that game. Wabali made back-to-back penalties. stop chancelling Bemba's clear header at goal.
He didn't get me. I said for Stanley, Stanley will give you a good performance every time, any day. The only problem I have with Stanley is just overconfidence thing that he does. Those overconfidence thing.
Go back saying what happened with him and Semi Ajayi. He's human now. Something can go wrong.
Ross, we go visit that place too. Now that part of the problem, we have to visit it too. It's part of the problem. You understand? Now, if we have qualified, okay, I was watching a Super Sports program. They were talking about this guy, the red card or the suspension player. What's his name again? The guy that cost them the 3 points. You know what they said? Because they have qualified, they can now forget about the whole issue. But if they didn't qualify, somebody would have gone down by now in A-State. You know how violent they can be. Somebody would have gone down by now. So that's what we're saying. If we have qualified, nobody will remember all this is standing staying now. You understand? But because we didn't qualify, we have to look for the places we had some fault to talk about it. He's a very good goalkeeper anytime, any day. But what I'm saying, he should stop all this over-confidence thing that he does. You can cost you match any day. Remember the ball he dropped that this people equalized that day? A very easy catch on the air with his right. If Stanley is 60-yard box, stand up. Who is that striker that will not run for his life? His face, there's fear in his face when he comes up. But when you do all those things now, it will show.
My brother. Let's the lessons. See, like South Africa, I've knocked South Africa a number of times, and unfortunately, South Africans come from me and they don't understand. You had a problem. Your player had 2 yellow cards. You see, and this is an African problem. Administration, leadership. You had a player who had 2 yellow cards that was not supposed to play.
Yes.
You went on to play him. The head coach, Hugo Bruce, said he didn't know that the player had 2 yellow cards. The player himself, Shane no know, he couldn't talk. Now, South Africa Football Association ignored that. The Ministry of Sports, Arts and Culture, that the minister was speaking like an unprofessional, uncouth.
The man is a disgrace to sports.
Exactly. Now they have qualified after being docked 3 points, and instead of you to visit that problem, it's an administrative issue. It was not something that happened on the pitch. It is as simple as data analysis, Stanley.
Exactly.
South Africa, they want to ignore it. Same thing with Nigeria. When it happened to us in 2018, Shehu Abdullahi, nobody from the NFF took the fall. As simple as documentation. You have a yellow card 2 times.
Let me take you memory lane. This thing you are saying now, remember Eaglet. What I've forgotten the year, the Golden Eaglet passport was forgot. They forgot it in the hotel in Ibadan. They come to play in Lagos. Is it not in Nigeria happen? What are the Super Eagles jersey? They have to call the tracksuit to make it jersey to play a match. Somebody forgot that one to bring it. It's African thing. You understand? It happens. That's the African thing for you. So I'm not surprised it happened to South Africa. Like what I was saying earlier before, if South Africa didn't qualify, people would have suffered for it. If Nigeria didn't qualify, Shehu Abdullahi's issue, somebody would have also been nailed for it. We are talking about this whole thing. It's not favorable feeling matter that happened. It's not a similar thing like this happened. How did somebody name miss from 100 meters and the name appear in 200 meters? And when we are talking, somebody open mouth said the girl has attitude problem. She has attitude problem. That is our administrator. They will never take blame for anything. They will never take blame for in a other country. As this thing happened to Super Eagles, somebody would have tendered resignation since that day by now. I'm not working. Let me take you back. Champions League 2001, if I'm not mistaken, Ayan Siago tendered resignation letter or just Dokalo. Go and check, verify it. Go and fast track me. He tendered resignation letter to Governor Ojus Okalo. The governor said, no, you are staying. That's why they made him sole administrator of the club after that incident. You understand? That's the man that has pedigree. He said, I'm done. I failed. I need to go. The governor rejected the resignation. Said, no, you have to continue. 2 years after, he won the Champions League. You understand? That is somebody that have thinking. Some of our administrators, they be shifting blame game. It doesn't help. Somebody must take care of it. Somebody must lose his or her job for a failure. You understand? Now we have lost favor. Sorry, we are digressing for football. All of them are sports. We have lost favor to another country for somebody's negligence. And the girl was 2 Olympics, my brother. If it's you, that cost, 2 Olympics, they deny you when you do on your piece. Even when you turn to mama, they will allow you to compete for Nigeria. And people that don't know anything about sports will come and open their mouth and talk. People that can't even wear canvas to run will come and talk. Like, she's arrogant. Why would she be arrogant? If they do it to you, want you to be arrogant? You understand? So any day we start taking responsibility of our own action, better for us. But if we are considering this, we're not going anywhere. You see this thing happen now. Maybe in 10 years' time, you will call Mr. Stanley, say something like that. Another person will do it. Another person will do it. Because everybody wants to get busy where they are not busy. Somebody's supposed to be taken care of. Even you as a player, don't you know your card, accumulated card?
Exactly. Don't you have a team? Don't you have people looking after you? You see, that's my problem with the players too. They always forget that it's their career. But sometimes people can argue that, oh, the players get so busy, they don't even know what's happening. You mean you don't know have somebody who can tell you, oh, today, these are the... was it when I went, Odioni Hado invited me to a match at Watford, when it was at Watford. And I met this agent. It was for a Portuguese player. He said he's there to count all the passes the guy makes and go and compare with what the match readers that he has appointed. So he's there. I'm talking each time this guy touches the ball, this guy is there to count it. Is he yellow card that he will now not put down? Is he red card that he will now not put down? So that's the problem. These players, they have so much money, but they don't tick the boxes for those little things that will make them stay relevant in the game. Because Tebogo Mokena will not tell me that he did not know. Yellow card is a warning. So he wants to tell me if they give him a red card, he will not remember that, oh, I played this man, I was sent off.
That's what I'm saying. The blame should go to everybody, both the management, both the players. Because me as a player, I should be able to keep my own cautions in case, if my own safety. I can even, the kind of money they have, they can even employ somebody to monitor that. It's the oversight. Somebody can even do it. You pay the person, please, just my statistics, check my yellow cards, my cautions for this throughout these qualifiers. You pay somebody if you cannot do it. But everything they want, they shift blame. That's why they shifting blame. I said, Rohes would have rolled in South Africa if they didn't qualify. I was listening to them at Super Sports. You know, that their program. They were talking about, Peter Sard was there that day, either in that program. They said they have forgiven, the sports minister said they should forgive the person that did that, since they have, in the spirit of, we have qualified. And, you know, this man, Thomas Pinate, was like, so because we are qualified, we should not sort out this issue. What if it happens next time? That is the African mentality for you. When it happened in Nigeria, nobody lost his or her job. When the England passport was forgotten in a hotel in Ibadan, nobody lost his job. It's in Nigeria. When Super Eagles Strasbourg was called to Nika, in National Stadium still later here, nobody lost his or her job. It's normal to move on. We'll move on. We can't continue like this. In normal clan where people do this, you take responsibility for your action, you resign. You resign.
Immediately, bro. Immediately. They don't need to say I'm sorry. The fact that it has come out to the public, the next thing they want, because you've just shown that you're not competent. You can't do the job.
Exactly.
Just take a walk, you know. But in Africa, see what that minister was that was just talking anyhow. Like that guy, I promise I'll make it.
He is a disgrace to sports. You know, that's what that happens when you appoint a politician into sports industry. So this kind of ways you expect it from him. He's not a sports person. It cannot be like my fish cannot be a sports minister and he's saying this kind of nonsense. He can't do that. When you bring politicians to come and fill the void and they will start talking rubbish. The same thing happens here. Like we were talking before, have any of our sports ministers be a sports person? The last time they tried to give a sports person a ministerial appointment was Danusa. Remember the man from Tennis Federation before? Musa, I think something in Danusa. And that appointment didn't last. They removed him.
Then,
After that, in Danusa, no sports person have ever, since I was born, be a sports minister in Nigeria.
wow.
Is it that we don't have the likes of Shego Dogame, the doctor, Justice Amesi Maka, them, all these people? We have educated people in sport. Dr. Felix Sowola be them. They are all sports people. Take this appointment.
Yeah, we
You
frustrate them.
can't give for one APC card carrier in Imo State and give him that appointment.
Stanley, just hold on. Just hold on. I get you. I feel you. That's why I've said sports administration is very important. My guy Tana Ayejino just joined the stage now. I'll bring in Tana. Stanley, I'll let you go get some rest. Thank you. The day we have a PFL show, please bring all your Enyimba people. Most likely Sunday after the games, I'll just come on. Bring all your Enyimba people. I'll bring a full basket for you guys to cry. You cry and cry and cry.
No problem.
All is changing.
We are going away. We are going away this weekend, though. We are going away this weekend.
I'll see what you guys can do with that one. Thank you, Stanley. Right. Thank you. Have a good night rest.
You too. Bye.
Stanley rocked it so well. Thanks so much, Stanley. If you want to be part of it, please let me know. I'll bring you on. I have pinned the link to join the conversation. Just make sure that you're in the proper background, is well lit, your audio is good, and rock and roll. Shout out to my people on TikTok. Oh, my people on TikTok, they're on fire tonight. Let's keep the page busy. TikTok warned me that it's inactive and we almost lost the page, but Game Changer came on and it changed the game. I saw your likes. Thank you so much for those likes. That's what kept the page going. So please, please, please like the page, follow the page and drop your comments. I'll read your comments right here on the show. I'm doing this show for you guys. This is the Fun Factory, sports, entertainment, and so much more. Game Changer, thank you so much. I see you're busy liking the page. Guys, join Game Changer. Let's keep that page busy. Facebook, don't go to sleep on me. You guys started so well. Drop your comments. We're going 2 hours now. It's exactly 2 hours. I'm going to end the live stream. But let's talk more about Super Eagles, Afcon 2025, league football, and so much more. And I'm asking that big question. Can the Super Eagles win Afcon 2025? Let's bring Tana. He's an editor at the Punch newspaper. Ayejino. Good to see you.
Outstanding. As charismatic and vibrant as ever, man.
I know, bro. We do this for the love of the game, Thank you for joining. I saw you on Facebook. I said, Tana is watching. Tana not here with me. I remember we did a TV show back in the day, and once football administrator called me and said, you and Tana, you were talking on TV. I was feeling the knocks on my head.
It's great to link up again once more, man.
We were giving them the knocks, telling them that, look, we cannot play. And Tana, look at us again. Back to back.
We're back.
Back to back misses at the World Cup.
Unheard of. I never believed in my lifetime, this would happen. But of course, that's where we are now. It's always been there. We could all see coming that we were heading, downwards. But of course, we kept assuming and we kept just like we normally do, and we kept shifting the goalposts, trading blames here and there, and all sorts. So eventually we are where we are now again, and some people are already talking about going back to the drawing board. It's our usual way of trying to always cover up our, our faults, our failings. It didn't come as a shock to me. Like I said earlier, I had seen this coming. It's been on for a long, long time now. Right from
you saw it coming, and you didn't warn us.
Well, of course, how many times have we warned them, and even when they receive the knocks, did they listen? It's the basic, do they listen? Do they take corrections? And who are these people there? How qualified are they? We've said this over and over, Austin. It's actually not the right people running our sports, not just football alone. At least majority of the people who sit on federations, who sit, on seats of authority in Nigerian sports, actually not supposed to be there. But eventually we still find them there, and how do you expect our sports to get to the top? So definitely it's not going to be possible. I saw this coming, and I will state it again. in 2022, when we failed to qualify for that year's, in 2021, right? When we failed to qualify for the 2022 edition, or that same year, in 2022, in Abuja, when we failed to qualify, it was very evident. There were gaps, changing of coaches at will. Genoro was almost taking us to the World Cup. Last year we dropped him. We brought in an interim coaching crew, Austin Eguavon, Emmanuel Amunike, and I think was it Finidi or one other person. That time and all of that. The same scenario played out again in the 2026 qualifiers. And what were you going to expect? We had a Pesero as a coach. At some point, we had a Finidi, and then before Eric Chell. So we have 3 coaches, playing or taking the team along in the qualifiers. So you would not expect, such a team to have that cohesion, that team unity, So every coach will always come with their philosophy and all of that. And along the way, we saw what happened, clashes between players and coaches. I don't mention names now. So of course, it was always going to be this way. It was for me, it didn't come as a shock, but I think from your question, we need to move on. We can't keep we can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. That's the truth. So we need to move on. Afcon is next, few days away in December, and all of that. Maybe the boys can get their acts together and then see what will happen. Of course, during the playoff, where before we lost to DR Congo, you also saw what happened. The same problems keep coming. So I tell you, they've been there. The players, revolted. They needed their monies paid and all of that. And these are issues that have always been in the way of Nigerian football. It's always been there, and we fail to tackle them. So we're always heading for the rocks, Austin. And like I stated, it didn't come as a surprise. So perhaps maybe they could make up in Afcon. That's the next competition now to get back the support of their teaming fans. Maybe the players will bring in their A game this time around and play and play some football and get the right results. I'll also tell you, against Congo DR, that was the worst Super Eagles I've seen in like 10, 20 years, if not for my time. Yeah. Apart from Frank Onyeka's goal, the team just went, I don't know, they didn't come to the party. They went to sleep, defended for almost, an hour and 30 minutes of football. That for me, it's unacceptable. We were lucky that we didn't, we should have lost by more goals. That game shouldn't have dragged to penalties. And if we are beating Congo on penalties, as far as I'm concerned, it would have been grave injustice, to those lads. They gave in their all for their country. They showed it that they wanted to get to the World Cup the most. And, they got it eventually. If you have that hunger, to always excel, why not? You get it. Austin, you and I know, how long we've come, despite the challenges and the odds. It's everywhere. It's in journalism, it's in sports, it's in the entertainment industry. You have to go the extra mile to get what you want. Nobody gave the Congolese a chance. We went there as superstars and we're feeling here. We have the World Cup ticket, playoff ticket, intercontinental ticket for the taking. But no, that's not it. What were you coming to the table with? Were you ready to sacrifice? Were you ready to play as a team? I didn't see anything there. Our midfield collapsed, except for the defense. We virtually had no attack. And I didn't understand what even the coach was saying. And he came out to tell us about Voodoo or whatever. In the 21st century, can you imagine, Austin? In the 21st century, if it was a local coach that said this, the media would have torn apart.
Anna, I said failure is an attack. It will first attack your head and destroy your mind. So Eric Shell didn't know what hit him. He came boom, and he said, no,
oh my God.
He said that Voodoo. But Tana, you see, it's a shame. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And when we look at the kind of persons running our football in Nigeria, in fact, sports, you just know that we're not ready. But let's stay with what I've been asking. You touched on it a bit. Can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Afcon?
Well, I really don't know. Maybe I'm being patriotic here. going into any tournament, I always have this feeling that Eagles, yeah, we can get it done. This team has the best player, because by the time you look at the quality of stars in the Eagles and then look at the opponent, you find out that we are in most cases, especially in Africa, we are the favorites. So I think they have what it takes to win it. But it is the same old problem: welfare, players' commitment, corruption, officials, and all of that. This same problem, rear their ugly heads, always at tournaments like this, and then they rob the entire team and the nation of maybe, silverware. So that's why I'm afraid again. But if you ask me, yes, I would think the Super Eagles along the likes of Morocco, perhaps
Senegal.
Senegal, Egypt, these are perennial teams, on the continent. That, yes, in the past, the lead we got from Eagles was third place, and we nicknamed it then the Golden Bros. If we got to the semi-final, as far as we were concerned, it was not enough. But today, getting out of the group stage, yes, at the last competition in Africa Coast, we reached the finals, with a team that most people felt wouldn't go that far, but we got there, and we lost to the host. And that, for me, should be, the starting point. If we got to the final in the last edition, then we should be able, to get to the final again and win it this time. I feel for players like Victor Osimhen, Benjamin Frederick. These are guys who put in everything, and at the end of the day, they are not going to the World Cup this time, surely, So an Afcon would have perhaps been a very big compensation, for players who are this committed, who give their all in every game, and at the end of the day, we see that we barely can even play together as a team. It's very unfair to football crazy Nigerians. Why? These are people who take their time, who take their effort. Austin, I must make this very clear to you. When Nigeria is playing, I don't watch at home. I go to watch in public places where I can feel the pulse of the people. People are happy. Yeah. No matter how it is, people are happy. When they play badly, you see people say, guys, you can do it. They try to urge the team on. Score a goal today, you see everywhere will be off. If I'm home, I'm going to enjoy that. So there's that oneness, unity, and all of that. At the Afcon, you could see Nigeria. I didn't believe that people loved women football as much as I saw, during that Afcon final versus Morocco. I said, no, this final, I ain't going to watch it alone. I want to see, the mood among Nigerians. Is it the way? People came out. So that's
Tana, see DR Congo. See how they received these players. They've not qualified for the World Cup yet. So see the joy, see the unity it brought to the country.
This is it. This is what we're talking about. Take it or leave it. Those players are etched in the memories of their fans, as you are saying. Yeah, forever. They are heroes. They've done, no other person did. The last time DR Congo was at the World Cup was in 1974.
Yeah,
now the generation of players are up over 50 years ago, and I mean getting close, to another World Cup. These are people who felt that perhaps in their lifetime they will never see their team play at the World Cup. But now there's hope, and like we say in Nigeria, there's renewed hope, there's renewed belief. That yes, we can get in there. We can become, one of the African countries who will be playing at the World Cup. And Austin, why this is painful is this: we have for the first time 9 slots for African and a possible 10. Yeah, we couldn't. When it was 2 countries, we did it. But right now we couldn't. Or when it was 3, either 2 or 3 in 1994, we did it. So now we have 9 countries. What does that say about our football? We are going down. Yeah. We are going down and down and down. We keep seeing our players as superstars. As far as I'm concerned, yes, they are doing well for their previous clubs, but how do we harness them when they join the national team? These are some of the questions we should be asking. How do we treat them? How do they see themselves? The players, have their own issues too. During the qualifiers, majority of the games, players were moving around, had so-called bloggers or whatever, and all of that. See them with young ladies and all that, and all sorts of things. People videoing their hotel rooms and all that. Some singing, dancing here and there. These were not the way the Super Eagles camp used to be.
I know.
As a young reporter, I visited the camps, several camps of the Super Eagles. You see discipline. Yes, after the game, yes, guys can go enjoy themselves. But before matches, who are you to do that? But today is how will I call it now? Is a show, for everybody. It's an all-commerce affair. People who are not related to football, you find them all over with the players, and you see our players now. For me, it's just lack of commitment. But a lot of people will say yes. It's the Gen Z era. It's the new. But these same players don't try this in their club sides. They don't. What is it that changes when it becomes the national team? So these are some of the things we need to look at. And if we are going to a country that that you can say, okay, our favorite is to win the next Afcon in Morocco, we must be disciplined as much as possible. You don't win tournaments with this lackadaisical attitude. You don't go to tournaments with ragtag teams and expect to make champions. Nobody's waiting for you. People are working. Look at Morocco. They virtually hosted everything in Africa. And
Bro,
you can see they are winning.
They are controlling the economics of sports now.
Of course, in Africa. Take it or leave it.
Look, and everybody's doing their bit. Look at Rwanda. Look at Africa. They're beginning to wake. How can we in Nigeria, with our so-called resources, with the people that we have, how can it be just one stadium that we can boast of that can pass? See, Rivers United, they will play CAF Champions League now. They will be going to Yo.
Austin, thank you so much.
We have
didn't bail us out. We'll be playing our games in Togo or Morocco. It's a shame. And then we had people who were bold enough to go with a delegation to leave this country with taxpayers' money, went to the UK and were telling the world that they wanted to host the Commonwealth Games when you have no single facility on ground.
Sad.
It went there for a jamboree. When you say these things, they say, they went there for a jamboree. I saw videos, I saw pictures, and I was ashamed. The media kept quiet. I was.
We was here. They came to London. I met Shehu Diko. I was with Bukola Olokpade. I spoke to them and I said, "Why are we doing this? Are we just trying to?" I said, "Nah."
That's 2030, right? The Commonwealth Games 2030. So, what are you going to do in 5 years that you've not been able to do in over?
But we are good with fire brigade approach. We'll do it. Particularly if somebody wishes to score some political points.
Definitely. But not at this moment, Austin. Our economy is in shambles. Have we, after any competition, come out with statistics? This is how much we spent. This is how much we made. Countries host international competition for profit. Have we ever come out once to say, okay, at the end of this competition, this is what we spent. This is how much profit we made. This is how it affected the economy positively. We don't. It is a jamboree. We saw Koja 2003 African Games here in Abuja. It was a jamboree. There's nothing anybody can tell me. It was a pure jamboree. People used it to enrich themselves. People went there for fun. Even though we won the competition and all of that, forget about it. What could we take from economics? Simple economics, plus and minus. What did we take from that competition? Where are all the cars and all the blah, blah, blah and all the whatever? They are gone. As you and I speak. So what I'm saying is, if we really are interested in sports development, we must look at it from the grassroots. You must develop your infrastructure. And that's an area Lagos has been, I will give Lagos thumbs up. If you go to most, communities today, you see maybe a basketball court or you see one small, whatever. That is where to start from. And we need to also drop this idea. I'm not talking about football alone, and Austin, I will come back. I'm agitated. I'm not talking about football alone now. We need to, Austin, ensure it starts from here. Ordinary National Sports Festival. Some states will start poaching. Some states will start stealing.
I
Some
know.
states will come out with money, just National Sports Festival. This is a tournament for talent, unearthing, for unveiling of tournament and all of
A
that.
state that you've not heard them, they've not even played Ludo, Ayo, or that before. National Sports Festival, you hear that the governor has brought out millions of naira, and he will have the audacity to say, I am charging you to go and win 20 gold medals. It's all propaganda, they just use sports. And that is why we are not growing, because we still see that play. So as long as we're doing that, that's why people say, oh, you're not invested, you're not this. Match day 7, I don't close shop. I said, we're not serious. We don't know what we are doing. Match day 7, I've moved on my life. I started doing all that.
Move on, bro. Move on.
So I have a YouTube platform. I have social media platforms. I work with Channels TV. I have places I can create content. After I say I will still go to the World Cup. Nigeria did qualify for the 2020 edition. I took myself to Qatar.
Definitely.
And thank goodness that I saw that France-Argentina final. It is the best football live match I've ever watched.
I've ever seen. Yes. I watched it on TV to agree.
I wouldn't have forgiven myself if I had not watched that live. And I got to see the best of players, saw 6 goals, and it went into penalties. And what else? So Nigeria, don't come, the show we go.
Yes.
Nigeria is on the goal. By the time they sit at home and hear Cape Verde anthem being played at home, that is not as big as Lagos State.
Yes.
By the time they hear their national anthem, they will know that yes, the small ones have seen that the big ones are not ready and they are doing.
What about Curacao or whatever? Not up to 200,000 people. They've qualified for the World Cup.
And this is what FIFA said when FIFA was defending this expansion. FIFA said it is to bring smaller nations together and change their mentality. Look at Cape Verde, for instance. They've been building for 15 years. And it's not just football. If they catch Nigeria in basketball now, man, they will probably beat us.
They will finish us.
So they are walking across board. Small country. So let us be there and be shouting Giants of Africa because we have population everywhere. People are moving on. People are doing big things. Look at what Gambia is doing with their football. Somebody was telling me about Italy. Italy too will not qualify. I see even if Italy misses out on the World Cup 10 times in a row, the football economics that they control will not ever control it in the next 50 years. We have the same mentality and approach that we have. When did England win World Cup last? But there is no football economics in the world that you not have them in that room talking about it.
Definitely.
So because that win at all cost syndrome that is dealing with us, the thing is sucking our blood and we don't know. So we just want to consume football. Football is saying, no, develop me first.
Definitely. And that is it. So hopefully we'll be able to or chart a new course going ahead after this. Though I really don't see that coming, knowing that you cannot do the same thing and expect different results. You cannot put square pegs in round holes and expect those pegs to fit in. It's not possible. So let's see how it goes. Maybe the players will come with their A game. Who knows? Richard, their coach, perhaps might finally find the magic wand. But like I stated earlier, Austin, I have this strong belief that if the Eagles come to play, we have a team that can contest for the Afcon title in Morocco, and I pray that it will come to pass. But
that's it. There are other teams in Africa that will stop you from playing. That's the truth, and that's what Congo did. Congo stopped playing. So
those who want it more will stop you.
That's it, bro. That's it. So
those who want it more will stop you. You don't just come and say, okay, because I scored 10 goals for a team in Europe, I'm on fire here and there, and then you come. Oh, it's Africa. We are big boys and all of that. Those times are no longer there. The other day, I was watching an old clip, Stephen Kelly, in an Afcon against Ghana also. I had goose pimples all over me. The way he took the ball from the defense and he eventually had a goal. So that will tell you these were players who had that synergy, a united team. Because I was watching on and off the ball running and all of that. I could see a Mutu running sideways, the other player, I think Siasia, running the other way, and all of that. That told you that this was a team who knew that, okay, if Keshi is going this way, this person should go this way, and that person, and that move resulted to a goal. We no longer have that now. Austin, we no longer have it. The kind of players we have in the national team are strange bedfellows. People who come to just show that, oh, I don't wear the green, white jersey, so what did they again? I'm a big boy now. To join the Eagles is so easy now.
That's right.
So easy. Yeah, very, very easy. It's not competitive. I see players who lose balls and not even chase back. They are relaxed because they feel who's gonna bench me. Apart from Victor Osimhen and Benjamin Fredericks, I mentioned them earlier. Apart from those guys who give in everything, you can see the commitment. See, they hide. Football, no, they hide. You can see it. These guys give in everything. The others are bunch of ball watchers, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe Onyeka, yes, one or two of them. But we need people who will perform at consistent levels on a regular basis. That's when you can call yourself a star. You're an average player.
They need to know what it means to wear the badge of the country. They need to know what it means to represent Nigeria.
Maybe you just one cameo appearance and Yeah. But what's happening? Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was losing for a minute, but I can hear you. Tana, you talked about the discipline that is in this Super Eagles team. And I remember one time I spoke to a member of the class of 94, and I was saying that, what was it about that team that they were so disciplined, so, so matured? That was it, Coach Westerhoff? And the guy said, when the big boss is your captain, Stephen Keshi first. When you have a captain that commands respect, that the way you always misbehave. How?
Keshi was a demigod. He was a leader. He was a master. He was in a class of his own. And so, and they were not just, and then you had people like Rashidi Yekini, who were in their own rights, masters of the game.
When these guys come out that time, Tana, the way they used God, what happened to our football? And look, we have too much. You want to go to the class of 1980 and look at those guys where they were back in the day and how they had this bonding, the way they played football with so much artistry, with so much delight.
Yeah.
You will start wondering, how did we go from that to 1994 to, let's even put Atlanta 96, which we also made with some of the guys from 94.
Yeah.
Till Afcon 2000 that we lost to Cameroon in Lagos.
Yeah.
We're still balling. How did we from that phase reach where we are now?
Well, different generations and then different degenerations. We degenerated from that golden generation of 1994 to where we find ourselves today. And for me, it's still pretty boils on poor leadership, poor direction, and poor administration of our football. Corruption here and there. Players are not at the top of the priority list of those who run our football. So what do you expect? In the past, it wasn't like that. And that was one of the things the same question we spoke about, tried to also correct when he was coach. And this was a man who won the Afcon as a player and as a coach. Only two of them, himself and Shehata from Egypt, hold that record as we speak. But in a country like Nigeria, he was never good enough because he was somebody who fought for the team. He did it as a player and he also did it I remember when they sacked him for nothing. They just roped him in and said he was seeking for another job somewhere. If you remember him, you know.
Yeah, I know the
Yeah,
story.
yeah. And at the end of the day, they dropped him. So what does this tell you? We have people who run Nigerian football and who have nothing to offer except what comes or what goes into their private pockets. And it has been that, yes, I'm saying it. I don't care whose ox is God. The people there now cannot take us to the promised land. It's not possible until we bring in the right people who can change, the face of our game. We won't get to that promised land. We have a lot of Nigerians who are doing very well outside. We have a lot of Nigerian football administration who are doing very well outside. There's a Mike Emenalo somewhere. Doing very, very well. He did it at the top level for a top club like Chelsea before he moved on. In terms of coaching, we have
we will not bring those type of people now.
Definitely. Cerebral, savvy, charismatic men. So we are not going for them. Right now, we'll go for politicians. We've turned our sports and football especially into politics. Now we do zoning. This person is from Northeast. That person is from South. This person has to be from here and all of that. Must everything be like that? Why don't you give the opportunity to the best people to run the country football?
That's nice.
So it's not a beer. In the Super Eagles, if there's nobody from a section of a particular country, they say the team is incomplete. No. If all the best players are from Akwa Ibom, you understand? Let them be on the pitch.
I know.
You can't give what you don't have, but nobody's going to allow that often. Or from my native Edo State, if the best players are from there, let everybody, play. But we're not going to do that. At the end of the day, these are the, stumbling blocks, challenges that are hampering, our football. It's going to be, and like I also say, in terms of discipline, also, just a minute. In terms of discipline, we need to bring back. I'm sure a lot of these players don't even know some of the likes of Stephen Keshi and all of that. You need to bring back that mentality to players. You need to sit them down, perhaps during games, have an hour or two sessions, try to talk to them, bring in people who can, bring in some of these ex-internationals, not those who are coming to seek for fun. So bring in those who are genuinely, who are role models, bring them in, let them talk to these players, let them understand this is where you are failing. This is where, you can improve and all of that. We need this. The players need it because they don't even know. If you ask them, what was Eagles of 1980 like? We went to that Nations Cup with Westhouse, with just 3 home-based players. Three foreign-based, overseas-based players. I remember then, Rashidi Yekini, Aloy Agbu, and Ademola Adesina. In 1990, and we got to the final. And that was a team that lost their first game 5-1 to the host. And then they found their way to the final. And, we lost that final 1-0 to the host country as well, Algeria. But for me, it was anybody's game. So if we can, as much as possible, try to bring back, memories of the past and let the players, you are actually not the best. You are not. What are we doing with the league? Also, you cover the league, passionately. I see it almost on a daily basis. On social media, you cover the league passionately. What can you say of the league of today and what we had in the 90s, in the 80s, and in the 90s? That 90s squad that played at that year had only 3 foreign-based players. So why can't we have that now? It's no longer possible. Because some state governors who run clubs, my club must play continental next year. This must be this. And then they bring the people. If I support a governor to win an election, perhaps you're like, Tana, you are a sports editor. Okay, you know what? I'll give you so FC. Yes, because sports is your fault. It's not bothered. It's not bothered. He doesn't even want to know whether I have the right capability or not. So that is what happens now. Some they will even bring in their thugs to take charge of sports.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a state like Edo? What does a Jared Tenebe know? Who is the APC chairman? What does he know? Today, as I speak with you, is the chairman of insurance. The
But
chairman of a club like insurance.
are you forgetting at the time Jarrett wanted to be NFF president? Have you forgotten? So what are you saying?
Wanted to be from what knocked him out? Did he get a vote? Did he get a vote? I was aware then. Did he get a vote? How would he get? He couldn't because he had nothing. But today, because they are the ones in power, I'm saying this, I don't care who source is God. Because they are in power, you know, they feel yes, now we did there, now yeah, we can take it. We must drop that mentality. We must drop that mentality and bring in the right people to run, you know, the sports sector. If without that, we will keep, you know, it will be all motion, no movement. We'll keep, you know, rolling around, you know, in cycles and all of that. So at the end of the day, we'll go back to the same drawing board. When we don't clean tire, don't use duster, everything clean, you know, chalk no able to walk on top again, you know. So for me, these are some of the issues we need to actually take a look at and tell ourselves we need a change.
That's right. I totally agree with you, Tana. Thank you so much. That's why I wanted you to come into this conversation, because you the carry nail, then you grab big hammer, you hit it on the head proper. Thank you. Thank you. That's one thing they don't do. We will not stop calling them out. That's just it.
I will call them out.
Yeah, because we did not force you to get into a public office.
Exactly.
You went for it. You galvanized votes. You told a lot of lies that you do this. So now that you're there and you're failing, we're going to remind you the same way you were. You remember they will be chasing media when they want to get into this office.
Exactly.
They get there now, they are failing. You are now calling them. They don't want to answer. So me, I've been calling out Ibrahim Gusso since on Sunday. I do it on Channel TV and my platforms. And I've called him tonight. I'll call him tomorrow again. Yes. I've seen the sleeping, go to hear my voice. That we cannot start on the World Cup back to back, and you are keeping quiet.
You are keeping quiet. It's not done.
It's insulting, you know. It's insulting. You can just come out and explain, oh, this is what we didn't do right. Now we have learned our lessons. Because if we keeping quiet, Tana, 2030 will come, we'll miss out, they will keep quiet. Because as it is, Gusso might even still be the one that will be around till 2030 if he wins the second.
Definitely. Yes.
We are messed up, you know. So let's hear from him now. And I've said, don't go and do one recording with promise and I'm sending it to us.
No, he has to be held accountable. We want to ask him questions.
Yes, let's ask you the hard, difficult questions. Sit down and so that when you start doing, we'll know that you don't know what you're doing. You know, Dana, I must say thank you so much for your time. Let me go and rest.
Thank you.
Anytime you see that I'm live like this, please get onto the conversation.
No problem. I'll jump in. Always a day like being with you, bro. It's always a day. I wish this wouldn't even end, but
I know Austin and Tana will continue like this now. The fact those honest people will start calling that Austin and Tana, they are calling, they are talking. So let's let them sleep.
Yeah.
All right,
bro. Thank you.
That's it. That's my colleague Tana Ayejino. Runs this thing right there with Punch newspaper. You know, this is Tana has been there, done that. He understands. He's got good field experience. One of the few out there that says it the way it is. You know, and that's why I roll with him. You know, Tana, thank you so much for coming around. Taurid Wahab, how can I call to join on the conversation? Okay, there is a link, and I've pinned it stuff. Taurid, can't you say it? All right, I got you. I'll paste it again. I'll paste it right there on the comment section, and then you can just click on it. Okay, I think I see you. Okay, not you. I'll copy the list, the link. Taurid, you know, I got you. Let me talk to you. I want to hear from you. So I've sent you the link. That's it right there, Taurid. Click on that link. And you get into my studio. And when I see that you're sitting in a proper, you know, background is lit, your audio is fine, I'm going to admit you and then you will talk to us. So shout out to everyone. that has been rocking with me almost 2 hours now. And look, I feel so refreshed. I feel like I can go on and on. Oh, TikTok people, thank you so much. Game Changer 2.40. You are the one who's been rocking this TikTok page. Thank you so much for the likes. TikTok guys, please send in your comments. What do you think everything we'll be talking about? Facebook guys, what do you think? I see people joining. Olewa, I see you on Facebook. I see you. Thank you so much for watching. If I bring Olewa now, that'll be another 30 minutes, and I want to go because I know my people. If I bring them here, it's not going to end. But I've sent the link if you want to join. I'll gladly take you before I leave. Tauri said, "Good evening from Chicago. How are you doing, Austin? I'm awesome. I'm fantastic. I feel stressed these days, but I still feel blessed, The joy of the Lord is my strength." So, yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, this is the comment I was looking for. Script Forge, tell me more about the live World Cup 2022 final match, Austin. Wow, I missed the quality live final. Oh, yes. That's the best live football match I've ever watched. It was such a memorable football match for me, The game, the atmosphere, the spectators, everything. Watched Messi, I watched Mbappe, watched Angel Di Maria, all of the stars from France and Argentina, and they scored 6 goals, 3 apiece, and went into penalties, It was a beautiful, memorable game of football. So yeah, I thank God I went for it. I would have just said, "Oh, Nigeria didn't qualify," and sit back home. No, I said, let me just go. And I went, and Morocco gave me something to talk about. Morocco made history as the first African team to reach the semifinals. I was like, wow, So no, nothing was lost, So yeah, I covered that World Cup, and it was such a good time out there in Doha. Script Forge, these current Super Eagles do not have the energy to play African football. Check Iwobi, no stamina in the midfield after 30 minutes. I've talked about it over and over again. Good evening from Chicago. I took down Tauri. Thank you. Tauri, how can I join how can I call to join in the conversation? I've sent you the link, Tauri. Yeah, I sent you the link if you want to join. I'm still here waiting for you. Come on in before I end the live. Script Forge 1, 2, 3, 4. You are doing great, Austin, and I support and stand with you all the way to positive and progressive change. Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget as you get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, and let's do it for the love of the game. This is the Fun Factory right here. I do sports, entertainment, and so much more. So if you like my content, the only way you can support to subscribe, like the channel, and hey, I do get super thanks from you guys. So yeah, those are the things that can keep the channel going, because I'm right now I've got my regular job. So if you guys don't support me, I will stop. Now I will stop. Shout out to my guys on TikTok. Thank you. Don't forget to keep the page busy. Game Changer, you're doing great. Excuse me, with the channel. Henry's back. Henry's back home now, so let's talk to him. Henry, are you back home now? You are driving still.
No, I'm back somewhere. It's okay. I can talk
Henry,
well now.
driving from USA to your village. How long is this drive?
It was quite a distance anyway. It was quite a distance.
You people in America, you drive, you do a 10-hour drive. That I don't blame you, because you people have good roads. You just be. My uncle would say, "Oh, I just want to get to North Carolina." I said, "Huh?"
No, no. You see, they also have the bad roads. It's just make believe. You see, that's the problem we have in Africa. In Africa, we are quick to tell out our secrets, but then they hide it. They give you the good ones. Yeah.
But even at that, they are still infrastructure.
Yeah, fine. They're good. Yes, I agree. They're good.
Henry,
But
let me let you land on your point, and then we'll wrap up this call.
okay. I heard what you were all saying about the boys. Where sometimes you always say these boys are human beings, that they don't bring out their A games, blah blah blah. No, it's not as if they don't want to bring out their A games. Where is Taiwo now? Where is Taiwo? How many of them have gone to go find out about how I know is feeling now? Do you understand? They're not bothered. They're not bothered at all. So they just believe they are professionals. They are in a good club, and then can they can always do whatever they want. So I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad.
Oh, so I think we're having a problem with Henry's network, because I know he's out there. Henry, you see, they did not hide this.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. I was waiting your
So you see that's the problem. That's the issue. The issue is they want them to bring out their A game, but you are not satisfying them. You're not showing them love. You need to show these guys love. You don't go and check them up. You don't talk to them. You don't do anything. Okay, maybe once in a while they pick up the call and hi, how you doing? That's all. But that's not enough. You need to see these people one on one. You need to see them one on one. Let them know that they are being loved. If anything goes wrong, what have we contributed in the treatment of? I know we didn't contribute anything. They just left the whole thing for the club. And meanwhile, he did not go to play for the club. He came to play for Nigeria. So those are the little things these boys see, and they look at it that, and we're forgetting one thing, that there is no retirement benefit. Once your prime is gone, you're old, that is it. It's only very few of them, okay, have it in mind, okay, let's invest on this. That's why even the players themselves, even the players themselves, they should get a personal manager, somebody who can help them manage their future, their football career. That is, apart from the football, there should be somebody who should be helping you manage your life. Because you can't do it all alone. Yes. I can't lace my boots for my country and get injured and expect my club to treat me. And I'm expected to collect bonus just sitting on the bench with injury. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
So that is why most of these things these boys have been careful of, okay, we have a big match tomorrow. Okay, look at Osimhen. He might likely not play the UEFA Champions League. Yeah.
Taiwo has been out for over 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
I know.
Yeah, so he was out for almost 2 months. Nobody, I'm very sure, nobody, they didn't call him, they didn't say anything. And you expect him to be happy? And they come, they say they don't love their country. Who says?
Player welfare is very important.
Very, 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 very important. Very, very.
It's what
very, very.
They understand what it means to, do the little things
make them happy. When they are happy, they are ready to die. Okay, look at what happened to Ubadi. Remember Ubadi during Dama Miracle and during Dama Miracle. If not for late MKO Abiola, Ubadi would have been amputated. You understand? If not for MKO, they would have amputated his leg. He would have been a cripple now. So what are we talking about? You don't take care of them, and you want them to give you it's not done anywhere in the world. No.
But what about them doing it for themselves, for their careers? About that?
Yeah, they can. They can. That's why you see the likes of Osimhen trying to do everything he can to see that they get there. But if they don't, then there's a problem. Do you understand? So they can. Those who are ready to die will die. Those who are not ready they won't. And mind you, some players play for the money. Some don't play for the country. So we have different type of players. Some play for the money, some play for the, you know. No, no, no. So, so that's
Henry,
it.
Henry, I
So
must thank you for this support. Thank you.
mm,
I don't schedule my live stream, but if you subscribe to the channel and you turn on notifications whenever I come on, you're going to
I'll
see
do
that.
that. I did that already. I did that already.
Yeah,
Long time
welcome
ago.
to always join. I'm hoping to get in ex internationals to talk about this World Cup qualifying experience. So the channel will be busy from now till next week. So welcome on
Nice to
board.
meet you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Yeah, always a delight. Thank you. So vital point made by Henry. Script Forge, I saw your message. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then Taurid, you said you're driving now, you cannot join. Yeah, so that's the message. So people will not say, oh, Austin Taurid wanted to come and you didn't let him. So Taurid is driving now, cannot come. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this live conversation. It's been so much fun. What's going on with this live stream? What's going on? I hope. Let me see. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, send me. Say yes, please. If you can hear me on Facebook, can you guys hear me? I think this live stream is acting up. Gracious goodness. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop a comment, please. Drop a comment if you can hear me. Anyway, shout out to everyone watching me on TikTok while I wait for this YouTube streaming software to come up. Appreciate the love. I see you guys particularly. Yeah, you guys can hear TikTok. You can hear me because I'm streaming on a different device. Thank you so much, Liban. Thank you so much. Game Changer says yes, loud and clear. So Game Changer, what do you think about everything we've talked about, particularly the Super Eagles, Afcon 2025? TikTok people, do you think that the Super Eagles can win the Afcon in Morocco? Let me get my TikTok people talking. You think the Super Eagles can win the Afcon in Morocco? TikTok, when I end the live on YouTube. Still will not break anymore. Yeah, Game Changer on TikTok, as long as we get our acts together. Yeah, but that's the problem. We don't seem like we know what we're doing or want to get those acts together. But yeah, I agree with you. Do the right thing, we can get the right results. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you to everyone that joined this live conversation. Super Eagles, AFCON 2025, League Football, and so much more. Shout out to Stanley. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to Tana Ayejino for joining. Shout out to everyone that contributed, sent text messages, sent comments. You liked the video, please. If you're listening, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And turn on notifications. I don't want to promise, but I've spoken to Tijani Babangida. He's going to join me. I'm waiting for him to give me an actual time, but it's from tomorrow, Sunday or Monday. We'll definitely have him. I have like about 5 ex-internationals that I've spoken to come join me. Let's talk about our World Cup qualifying campaign. The Super Eagles players at the moment, they won't talk, so it's been difficult getting them to, come do this with me. But hey, I'll keep pushing till I get them. But until then, I'm also calling on the Nigeria Football Federation to talk to people and let us understand why it was so difficult for Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup after all the support that they received from the presidency and the National Sports Commission. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you around again. That's it.